Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. Mm-hmm. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, trophies came wrong.
Goes true.
Harry Styles!
I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metric.
Kanye West just dropped some major comments about his former friends, Beyoncé and Jay Z, and let's just say he's not holding back. For years, Jay Z has been seen as this untouchable figure in the music world, using his family man image and his connection to Beyoncé to avoid any major criticism. But recently, cracks are starting to show in that perfect reputation. As many of you probably know, one of Diddy's accusers has recently accused Jay Z of being involved in something awful from back in 2000 when she was just 13 years old. While some fans are rushing to defend Jay Z, others are pointing the finger at Beyoncé, saying she's been stuck in this controlling relationship with Jay Z for years. Kanye is shaking things up and totally changing the narrative. He's saying Beyoncé isn't the victim, but actually the one pulling the strings. Kanye believes that Beyoncé is way more strategic than people give her credit for. Instead of being controlled by Jay Z, she's using her power to protect herself and her empire by staying in the relationship. Together, they've built this image as an unstoppable power couple, but Kanye suggests that behind the scenes, Beyoncé knows exactly what she's doing. She's not stuck in a bad situation, she's making calculated moves to stay on top of the music world, no matter what dirt might come out about Jay Z.
They can control Jay Z and Beyonce,
but not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
you see,
you.
it ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It seems like more and more people are starting to see where Kanye West is coming from, especially with his claims about the shady side of the entertainment world and its rumored connections to powerful institutions. And right in the middle of all this drama are Kanye's former close friends, Beyoncé and Jay Z. Let's rewind a bit and dive into the relationship between Kanye and the Carters, because it's pretty wild how quickly they turned their backs on him after all those years of calling him family. To give you some background, back in the early 2000s, Kanye's production caught the attention of Rockefeller Records after he worked on a track for Beanie Sigel. Jay Z and Dame Dash, the co-founder of the label, were so impressed with Kanye's talent that they made him one of their top producers. His work on Jay Z's The Blueprint album was a game changer and helped him become one of the most sought-after producers in the game. But little did Kanye know things would take a turn pretty soon after that. Kanye West and Jay Z's relationship started out strong, but over time things took a big turn. Kanye became a major producer thanks to his work on Jay Z's The Blueprint album, which still gets praised today. That album was huge for Jay Z's career, but Kanye wasn't happy just producing, he wanted to rap. At the time, labels weren't interested in him because he didn't fit the usual gangster image of hip-hop. Even Jay Z hesitated to sign him as an artist. But Dame Dash, co-founder of Rockefeller, saw Kanye's potential and convinced Jay to take the leap. In 2002, they signed Kanye, and that partnership led to iconic moments like their Watch the Throne album. But after the tour ended in 2012, things started falling apart between them. Rumor has it that Kanye and Jay clashed over Watch the Throne. Jay wanted to use some of the songs from the album for his solo project, Magna Carta Holy Grail, but Kanye didn't agree. He felt those tracks were meant to stay with Watch the Throne. The tension between them only grew from there, and things got even messier when Kanye started dating Kim Kardashian. That's when their bond really began to unravel, and the drama only escalated. Kanye had big plans to bring Kim into Jay and Beyoncé's inner circle, but it didn't work out like he hoped. From the start, Jay and Beyoncé clearly didn't want to get involved with the Kardashians. Things got even more tense when they didn't show up to Kim and Kanye's lavish wedding in Italy. Their reason was that they were still dealing with the fallout from that crazy elevator incident between Solange and Jay at the Met Gala. But for Kanye, it felt like more than just a scheduling conflict. He saw it as a betrayal. He thought that, as family, Jay and Beyoncé should have put their issues aside and been there for him. Kanye later opened up, saying, "I was hurt about them not coming to the wedding. I understand they were going through stuff, but if it's family, you don't miss a wedding. I'm not trying to put out any negativity, but I have to speak my truth." For Kanye, it was more than just missing the wedding, it was a series of things adding up that made him feel abandoned. Kanye's frustrations kept building up. He started to wonder why everything was going wrong, and soon his fans were asking the same questions. They felt Jay Z had only used Kanye when it suited him, never really being a true friend. Then, in 2016, Kanye went public with his anger. At a concert in Sacramento, he accused Beyoncé of playing dirty to win awards. But he didn't stop there. He hinted that Jay might go to extreme lengths to silence him if he kept speaking out. This situation got even crazier when Kanye began openly calling out the people who control the entertainment industry. It was as if overnight the entire industry turned against him. He was blacklisted.
They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay Z and Beyonce.
Not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I want.
If you thought the drama couldn't get any crazier, buckle up because things are heating up. New, serious accusations are surfacing about Jay Z, and even though Jay and Beyoncé still put on that perfect couple image for the world, it's becoming more obvious that their marriage may not be the fairy tale it once appeared to be. And of course, Kanye West is right in the middle of it all, throwing even more fuel onto the fire. In a clip from his 2022 interview with Candace Owens, Kanye dropped some shocking statements. He claimed that Beyoncé should have just let Jay cheat in peace because according to him, Jay was going to do it anyway. Kanye said, "I'm giving you guys stupid stuff because this is how it works. To stay successful, I have to keep giving you stupid stuff. I just think you need to let him go get some expletive." All right, let's break this down and make it simple for everyone to follow. So, Kanye just dropped some crazy comments about Jay Z and Beyoncé, and this whole thing goes much deeper than just some gossip about their marriage. It all started when Candace Owens brought up a song by Jay Z from his The Black album called Moment of Clarity. In the song, Jay admits that he purposely simplified his lyrics to reach a bigger audience and make more money. Now, some people criticize him for it, but Jay said he did it because by getting rich, he could help more people. Candace Owens then used this to compare Jay Z's actions to Kanye's career. Kanye's been talking a lot about how artists face this choice. Do they stay true to their roots, or do they compromise their style to make more money? Jay's lyrics go, "I dumbed down my audience to double my dollars. They criticize me for it, yet they all yell, hola. If skills sold, truth be told, I'd probably be lyrically Talib Kweli. Truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense. But I did 5 mil and I ain't been rhyming like common sense." Kanye brings up an interesting point that many might not fully realize. He's talking about how rappers face a big choice. Do they stick to their true art, or do they choose money and fame? He points to a line in Jay Z's song where Jay says, "I can't help the poor if I'm one of them. So I got rich and gave back to me, that's the win-win." Kanye says when he heard that line, he had to replay it a few times because it really struck him. Jay's being honest, he's admitting that he dumbed down his music to reach more people and make more money. And by doing that, he could give back to others who are less fortunate. The question here is, do you sacrifice your art to become successful and help others, or do you stay true to yourself? Kanye can relate to this, especially since he once said in an interview that information is the #1 resource. He sees how Jay had to decide between giving people knowledge or just focusing on success and wealth. But Kanye's point is, can you really help people with money if your message is watered down? So, Candace Owens is over here praising Jay Z, calling him a major inspiration, but Kanye, he has this smirk like he's about to say something big, and out of nowhere, he shifts the conversation. He starts joking around, saying that Beyoncé should have just let Jay cheat, kind of throwing some shade. Then, Kanye asks a key question: what record label was Jay Z signed to that helped influence his decisions? Candace mentions it was a Jewish record label, and Kanye jumps in with Universal, Def Jam, big names in the industry. From there, Kanye goes even deeper, bringing up how powerful groups like the French control a lot of industries, even African banks. He says the French don't try to control the black voice like the Jewish media does, implying there's a difference in how power is used in the industry. Kanye then shifts gears and talks about the rap game. He says that Drake is the best rapper when it comes to numbers, but Jay Z is the greatest when it comes to inspiration. He praises Jay for being smart and showing others how to do business. Kanye respects Jay's ability to inspire and teach, even if they don't agree on everything. Kanye's getting a little cheeky here. He jokes that he has to keep giving people stupid stuff because that's how the game works. Basically, in order to stay successful, he says he has to give the people what they want, even if it's not always the truth. He laughs it off, but then hints that maybe Beyoncé should just let Jay Z go get some, laughs. He's clearly throwing some shade, but he's also not holding back. Candace, trying to get Kanye to talk about his relationship with Jay Z and Beyonce, asks if they're still good friends. But Kanye doesn't spill the tea. He dodges the question and quickly shifts the focus back to himself, saying Jay Z is the head of everything. Kanye suggests that to be successful, you have to be willing to run through the fire like a firefighter. Is he implying that Jay Z plays a bigger role in the industry than people realize? Kanye is definitely not opening up about his relationship with the Carters, but he is definitely sharing some serious thoughts on success. So what do you think? Is Kanye being cryptic on purpose, or does he have a bigger point to make about the entertainment industry in power? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Kanye is really laying it all out now. He says he's like the #1 firefighter, always ready to run into the fire to save people, especially the ones who need it most. And by that he means all of society. He believes rappers, especially black ones, are like the thought leaders who influence everyone. He points out that even if you're not a fan, almost everyone knows Drake's music. His songs are part of the culture, and they shape how people think. Kanye then brings up his White Lives Matter shirt, which caused a lot of controversy. He says it's all about promoting free thought, challenging norms, and not being afraid to speak his mind. But as much as he wants to say more, he hints that there are powerful forces trying to silence him. Remember back in 2016 when Kanye and the Carters had their issues? Fans are starting to think maybe that's why Kanye is holding back now, because those forces are still at play. Kanye went off during a concert in Sacramento claiming that Beyoncé used blackmail to win big music awards. But just one day after this outburst, things took a crazy turn. Kanye was rushed to the hospital and placed on a 5,150 hold, which means he was involuntarily evaluated for psychiatric reasons. This all happened after an incident at his former personal trainer Harley Pasternak's house. Here's where it gets even more bizarre. Pasternak, who's been close to Kanye, later made a chilling threat, saying Kanye had two choices: sit down and talk calmly, or he'd be sent back to the hospital, heavily medicated, and put into a state he called zombie land. That's pretty wild, right? Now, this ties into some rumors that have been going around for years about Beyonce and Jay Z buying awards. If you think about it, Beyonce's pretty private about her wins, and some people wonder if she's been getting recognized for things in a way that's not entirely fair. With Kanye making these wild claims, it definitely raises some questions. So, what do you think? Is Kanye just making noise, or is there something to his accusations? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Beyonce is known for staying low-key at the Grammys unless she's performing or accepting an award. But at the 2023 Grammys, something caught everyone's attention. She got up to accept her award before her name was even announced. To make things even more interesting, there was a viral moment where producer Diplo was seen mouthing, "They bought that," as Beyonce walked to the stage. This adds more fuel to Kanye's claims that Beyonce might not be as innocent as many fans believe. Kanye's been saying for years that Beyonce is playing the long game. According to him, she's been using her marriage to Jay Z and their power couple image to keep her career safe and untouchable. While some fans think Beyonce is a victim of Jay Z's control, Kanye's supporters argue that she's just as smart, if not smarter, than him. They believe she's likely made some questionable moves behind the scenes too. Beyonce and Jay Z's marriage is not just about love, it's a business, a multi-million-dollar empire. So here's the big question: is Beyonce staying with Jay Z because she's trapped, or is she making a smart move to protect her career and legacy? Some fans think she knew exactly what she was doing when she married him, while others feel that she's just as guilty as he is for staying by his side through everything. What do you think? Is Beyonce really stuck in a toxic relationship, or is she playing a clever game to keep her brand strong? Do you agree with Kanye's claim that she's just as involved in shady deals as Jay Z? I want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below, and don't forget to check out our next video for more updates.